What's up? It's your boy ObZ here. Do it to life for life. Do it to you. Do it to 2021. A whole year of breast cancer awareness and personal growth. Day 78. Look at that. Day 78. Had another little piece down here. Day 64 still laying around. Guess what? Very eventful day. Today is Monday. On Mondays we do the A of the ask method, meaning that we ask questions. Asking it is given, the answers are given. I'm down here in my basement. You can see the stuff kind of behind me. That stuff should start changing as I kind of progress, working on this inside game, this inside man. That I wanted to shoot that because this is kind of how my mind is. A lot of loose ends kind of sticking out, laying around. But from Matthew chapter 7, asking it is given, seeking you should find, knocking the door should be open. That is an acronym. So on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, I do one letter out of that acronym. And the day is asking questions. So I normally go to the Bible, look at stories in there of where people have inquired or asked questions and how they receive their answers, the situations that they ask those questions in, and to kind of seek guidance. We're just normally on Mondays when we asking these good questions, good solid questions like the one thing question. Gosh, to about 8:30. Okay, we're fine. So we'll shoot this just for a few minutes. But normally we kind of ask these questions to get guidance, you know. And one of the questions is, what's the one thing that I can do such by doing to make everything else I do easier and sometimes unnecessary? That's a great question, right? Great questions get great answers. Another great questions I want to do, how would the person I want to be do the thing I'm about to do? Another great question. And just asking these questions every single day over and over again is, I think, a key pillar. If you did anything else for the whole entire year, if I just ask myself questions before I tackle a task or something like that, I think I'll be a lot further along, because Stephen Covey once said, measure twice, cut once. And I'm measuring twice with my questions. I'm measuring three times with my questions. Now, I've been paralyzed, but I'm asking these questions in order to focus in, because focus is the key. Talking to my sister tonight, we said that the enemy, the weapon of choice for the enemy is the choice. The plethora of choices that we have is the weapon of choice. If you want to, in any battle, confuse your enemy, is to is confusion, and the way they confuse us is with so many choices. Right now we have so many choices that it paralyzes us. Do I want this one or that one? I mean, you go to a menu, if they only go to a restaurant and they got thousands of choices, sometimes people just sit there, just stare at the menu. I don't know what to get, I don't know what to get, I don't know what to get. So you have to make that choice ahead of time. So that is the weapon of choice. So since I know that, then what I want to do is to minimize my choices or narrow my focus. And that's what the one thing is all about. And we narrow our focus, not narrow my focus, with questions. And so I test that theory out by talking to other parts of me, which are other humans, other people out in the world, uh, helping them solve their problems, when in actuality I am solving my own problem, because they are a mirror of myself. Even though their problem may not be exactly as mine, I'm still facing the same challenge. I was talking to another guy. He's a musician. He plays the drums. The other guy wants to do real estate. The other guy, he wants to, do voice acting. Whatever it is, all of them have the same. All of us have the same challenge. That we had an ace in the hole. That we don't want to place the ace in the hole, because we place the ace in the hole. Then, if we miss out, that's it. Our life is over, right? That's what we kind of think, right? It's because it's fear based. All of it's fear based. So that's why this is a little bit me coming out of the comfort zone a little bit, because I would probably normally want to have a green screen back here, something nice, something plush and luxurious and set up. But I want it to be raw. This is how I am. I'm in it. I'm opening up a little bit every time. Hopefully, if you've seen some of my earlier videos, Maybe there's a pattern, maybe it's not. To me, I wouldn't be able to notice the change because I'm along for the journey. It's a theory of relativity. Everything is relative to the observer. But if somebody else just coming in, they saw some old videos. So ask those questions. Also on Monday, what I always do if you hadn't done it is listen to the One Thing podcast. Great question guys on it. He was talking about family, a business guy that has a family or a family guy that has a business. Big thing because it goes to the question, why are you working so hard? Hey, I'm working so we can have time with my family, but yet you're spending that time at work. See, it's kind of a paradox. It's kind of the opposite of what you're saying, which I do this a lot. A lot of people do it a lot. You ask them a question, they say one thing, but when you probe it, they do something totally different because we say what we're supposed to say, but my pastor always say you watch their actions. You can tell what people believe in, just follow their money. Same thing in basketball. The guys say, man, how can you tell? How could you not fall for the fake? Because we faking ourselves out. So I say, shoot, if it's the truth, it should apply to basketball, right? Football, tennis, whatever it is. I said, how you can not fall for the fake? He said, man, I don't care what the guy doing with his head, the head fake. You know, we practice the head fake. He said, I watch the hips. Tony Dungy once said in one of his books, I forget what book, I think it was something about habits, but he said that he taught his new guys, don't don't worry about the head fake. He said watch their feet. Subtle cues would tell you their direction of which way the player is running. It's subtle, but if you notice them, they all the same. So I'm saying in our own minds, we're giving ourselves the head fake. So I'm looking for ways of not falling for the fake. I'm looking for those subtle cues. But what Dungy was doing, he was training the guys that, hey, when you saw this cue, you had to commit to it. You had to believe, have faith in the cue, faith in the percentages, faith in the numbers, faith in the process, and do the thing regardless of what your brain telling you because the odds are in your favor. Believe in the odds. I gotta find them, and that's what I'm trying to do. Believe in the odds, right? Because the odds are in your favor. And after you do the thing, be like, you know what? The odds said this was gonna happen, and it happened. But hey, tomorrow I'm gonna go recap the one thing tomorrow. Tuesday is one thing Tuesday. So that's what we're gonna do tomorrow. Today was questions. It's your boy IBZ here. Do it to life for life. Do it to you. Do it to 2021. A whole year of breast cancer awareness. A major focus on the inside game, the mental, emotional of the patient and the family interaction right in there. Because it's, and I'm gonna focus that in some more, but I'm thinking there's a lot of dynamics in there that I want to do some good, and I know some foundations out there that are focusing on that mental and that family, what the family can do and what the patient should do and how they're interacting, what they're thinking. It's something's gonna come out of this. I don't know right now. I'm still just doing the reps, one rep at a time. It's your boy IBZ. I'm out. Do it to life. Do it to every part of your life. Let me get that.